All right, let's grab this controller so I can readjust. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay, coming back at you with a live stream of Automobilista 2. Before we get going, I just want to remind everyone to subscribe to my new channel, the Godfather of VR, which is 100% dedicated to VR. And yesterday I just had my first successful interview with a friend of mine and co-worker who just picked up an Oculus Quest 2. So in the interview, we talked a lot about what drew him to the Quest, because it was his first VR headset. If the VR headset lived up to his expectations, what kind of games was he playing, what would he like to see happen in the future, those kinds of things. So definitely tune into that. And I will, as always, I will put a link to the new channel in the description at the conclusion of this stream. So getting into this stream, so I'm really digging Automobilista 2. And so yesterday, you know, over the past 36 hours, I've been playing this game quite a bit. And I try to back off of it a little bit and give it a little bit of a break and jump back to ACC. And then yesterday, shout out to my friend Ham for the win. Him and Kevy D were racing. I wanted to join them, but I had to conduct the interview on the Godfather of VR channel. So just a little while ago, I stumbled across a video from a YouTuber by the name of Top Sim. And he was, in the video that I watched, he was giving his thoughts on the Nürburgring update. And he absolutely loved the update. And after I got done watching that update, there was like a notification for his latest video that said that the M6 BMW had been added to the Nürburgring update. So I'm like, no, that can't be. And so I looked at the video, and sure enough, you know, he was saying that the BMW had been added. So I immediately stopped watching the video, turned on the game, and yes, here it is, the BMW M6 GT3. And I'm excited for this, not so much because this particular car was added, but because they added another GT3 car. Because, you know, I think it was Sim Racing 604 pointed that out, that when it comes to these sim races, I believe the GT3 class is the most popular, and it is. And I think that's eventually why a set of Corsa Competizione had grown on me. The biggest reason why, when I was at, why I didn't care for ACC when I first tried it, was basically because the Ford GT wasn't there, as well as Circa della Sart. But I got used to it. But all the other cars were there except for, as far as what I was looking for, all the other cars were there except for the Ford GT and the Corvette. And so then I had learned that ACC is based on the European circuit. So of course those cars wouldn't be there. Now I would like to see them add those cars in the Automobilista 2. I don't know if it'll happen because it's in a different class. It's in a GTE class, which is GT Endurance versus GT3. But I would still like to see it happen. But even if they don't add those cars, more importantly, I'd like to see more GT3 cars added. I don't care what cars they are, but I'd like to see more GT3 cars added. And And I think the more GT3 cars they add to this game, the more they're going to draw people over to this game. So I'm really excited to try this car. We got a fourth car added, and also next month they said it in their notes on the Steam page that Spa will be releasing next month. So I'm excited about that too. And boy, would it be nice when they release Spa if they added another GT3 car, the Bentley or the Aston Martin, the Ferrari. Any one of those would be beautiful, you know. The Acura NSX, hell, you know, the Lexus, you know, there's a few cars to choose from. So boy, I'm excited thinking about, you know, the potential of how this game could turn out if they fill up that GT3 class in. And I can't stress enough about how much how good the VR looks on this game. Let's see how this car sounds. Let me get hold of the keyboard so I can pause it, and because I'll more than likely I'll have to readjust the seating. Where's my foot pedals? Where they got me starting at? Okay, they got me starting 5th. Yeah, looking out there. I just can't get over how good of a job they did with the VR part of this. I mean, I'm a little bit harsh on ACC, but it's still the fact that remains that out of all the racing sims that I've got, it has the worst image quality on the VR part of it. Sorry. Oh, there's my mouse. And it's got an attitude problem. Okay, I think naturally I'm trying it on bad first. Yeah, look at that. You see the neck right there. Yeah, I think that's better. This is a loss. Ah, and I just did something. Cold Yogurt, what's up? Happy with the PS5? Oh, cool. Well, I lost the game. Something happened. Let's try it again. Hopefully, I didn't lose. The game froze up on me, so hopefully I didn't lose my my calibrations for my racing wheel. This has happened a couple of times when I first got this game, I was having a problem getting the wheel calibrated. I had to go back and like re-download the drivers for my racing wheel, all kinds of stuff. So it ended up being a really big headache. No, I'm not interested in that car. All right, let's see if my racing wheel is still intact. So I think I might have to go back into that BMW and like turn on the traction control and the anti-locks. I gotta reset it because this just ain't gonna fly. All right, let's go. And then that radio, see that radio right there? That radio is also in Project Cars 2, but that radio is not in the ACC version of this car. So not only that, like over here to my left, you see that clamp. You see that clamp right around, right there on the roll bar. I don't think that clamp is there on either the PC, the ACC version, or Project Cars 2. So, but they're still pretty close. Damn, little hole, some holes in the roof for the roll bar. Okay, let's head on over. Back to the BMW. Let me come back to the chat here. Let me come back to the chat here. We'll go back and monkey around with the BMW again. Okay, wow. Few chats. Sorry, folks. Link, your game sound is overshadowing your mic. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I've noticed that, and I tried to turn the mic up here. Let me there, I turned the mic up all the way up. So hopefully that'll help in game a little bit. Miles on PS5 has a little brighter overall, some ray tracing and DualSense haptic, which is subtle. Golfer, can't wait to see how the haptics feel in the Astro game. Let me see, Golfer. Platted it. Yes, haptics are cool, but okay, you guys are talking about the what you call it, the Spider-Man game. Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll get around to getting the PS5. With all this crazy stuff with the hackers and I don't know, but I mean, eventually I'd like to think that I'll be able to get one before Christmas, because Sony is trying to ramp up production and I guess like pump out millions of these units by Christmas. So these all these scalpers that's buying up all these PS5s, time is not their friend. They got to unload these things quick. Because if they're still hanging on to these consoles, say 3-4 months from now, I'd like to think by then Sony will have caught up to demand enough to the point where you can, like, you can walk into the store and buy one, or at the very least you can order one and then you'll have a date on when you'll receive it. And when we get to that point, all those units that the scalpers are hanging on to will be virtually useless. They'll have to liquidate them at a loss. So that being said, for those who happen to see this stream, you know, that haven't gotten a PS5 yet, that want one, don't give in to the scalpers. You know, I'm along with Mr. 4K on this one. Don't give in to the scalpers. Eventually, they're going to reach a point where they're going to have to sell those things at cost or below. Once we get to the point where we don't have to, you know, wait to get one. Not to mention, you know, hearing about people getting switched, open up their box and there's a bag of rice in there and all kinds of stuff. So my only advice is to just, I would say, just be patient to the point where you can walk in the store and buy one off the shelf. When we get to that point where you can walk into a Walmart and you see 2 or 3 units sitting inside the glass display case, that's when the scalpers will be finished. There's nothing they'll be able to do after that. So, let's head back into the stream, or head back into the game. So we're gonna go with the BMW again. And the racetrack, I think we'll give a different racetrack a try. Even though it's somewhat of a short track, I kind of been liking Imola lately. Imola. It's Autodroma. Enzo E. Dino Ferrari, named after Enzo Ferrari and his son Alfredo, nicknamed Dino Ferrari, who died at the age of 24. $520 horsepower. Okay, so let's edit the setup. Oh, I know what I was supposed to do. Options. Everything's set. I mean, me pull over for a second. When I was a kid, growing up, BMW stood for a black man's wish. A BMW was a black man's wish. That was funny. I still laugh about that to this day. Let's restart this race. Now that I had a chance to fill it out a little bit. Oh, let me see. They got me started at 11 though. I still can't get over how clear this looks though. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still some aliens in there. Like a slight amount of aliens in there. And the picture's not as sharp as flat screen. Oh my God, this is the best we can get in VR. See what that does. was a little bit better. So looking into the distance right now, the only like thing that I even see that like resembles like artifacts or aliasing or something, like the shadow from the trees, you can see that's flickering, but I'm wondering if that's supposed to be mimicking the trees, you know, kind of flopping around and, you know, waving back and forth in the wind, and then like way down there by that overpass. Right there, this extreme racing sign right there, you look up and see the gate right up there in the distance, in the very, very, very far distance. It seemed like it was a little bit of aliasing, but from that far away, it's gonna glitter from the sun hitting it and that kind of stuff. That's to be expected, but it was far enough away that it was insignificant. You know, look at that drone right there. See the drone over there giving the overhead view of all the cars? Yeah. I said minimal aliasing. Not totally gone, but minimal. And it's enough that if I know the track, I can see the corner coming far enough away that I can judge it. When I'm racing right, when I'm doing dumb shit, like what causes me to wreck a lot is when I'm supposed to be just filling out the track, and then the competitive juices start flowing, and then I start trying to win even though I'm way back at 16th place. Just fill the track out, you know, and then come back and try it again, and hopefully, you know, you'll get a better spot on the grid and instead of having to start at the back of the pack. That's pretty slick, the drone right there. Right here is these markers. They are much bigger than project cars, or even yeah, out of the three that I race, I think the brake markers on project cars 2 are the smallest. These big numbers right here, you can't miss them, so I know my braking points. And what I'm starting to find out is that, like, when you're coming in super fast, when you're already doing like 170 miles an hour and you come to a hard corner, what I'm starting to find out is I take my foot off the brake, I take my foot off the gas at 200 meters, and then I hit the brakes at 150. That slows me down enough that I can take the corner. But when I'm like, if I'm going at a moderate speed and, you know, like maybe say like 100 miles an hour coming into a corner, I take my foot off the gas at 100 meters and hit the brakes I can dive bomb. This is somewhat of a wide corner. You can kind of make your way to the outside and slingshot around them. And you can see by the wear marks on this road that people slingshot around the outside onto those rumble strips, trying to use every bit of the track. Alright, so I'm going to come back to the chat and get ready to wrap it up. Okay. Star Marine, what's up? How's it going? You enjoying Automobile Institute? Oh, yeah. And then them adding this BMW. Yes, yes, yes. So right now I'm just monkeying around with the BMW, but I think let's see here, what time is it? It is 10 o'clock. I usually go pick my son up around 2:30. So I think what that will allow me to do is maybe take a break for about an hour and then come back and do another stream. And when I come back and do another stream of AM2, then I'm going to go all out. I'm going to start by looking for a multiplayer race. And if I can't find one, and then I'll just go back to these AI races. But I'll go all out because I need to start finishing some of these races. I don't know if there's XP or in-game credits to be earned. If so, then I need to get to it. Same thing with a set of Corsa Competición. I need to start. What I need to do is start bringing up my safety ratings on that one, because I want to get into some multiplayer races where I don't want to be in there with beginners and have to worry about them dive bombing. But I think in a set of Corsa Competición, your safety rating has to be a certain point to even race online, and then your safety ratings have to be a certain point to race with the upper echelon racers. So that's where I want to be. I want to be up there with the upper echelon racers. People like Jardier or the Key, no, I'll never be able to keep up with those guys. Because the way they race, the car and the man is one. But I don't know. Gamer Muscle called Super GT a slow racer. I'd like to get on his level. I've seen a lot of Super GT's videos, and from what I've seen of him, I think he's a good racer, but he doesn't seem to be that aggressive. In the case of the Key, he's aggressive, but he still practices etiquette. He doesn't move people out of the way. He doesn't shove them out of the way. He doesn't race dirty to get positioning. He's a clean racer, but he's still aggressive. He's one of the top guys that I like to watch. And Jardier, same thing with him. You know, as far as all the sim racers that I'm subscribed to that does, live streams, Jardier and the Key 25 are probably the two that I absolutely like to watch. Every now and then I watch Jimmy Broadbent. I'm assuming the Gamer Muscle, I'm assuming that he's a good racer, but I've never watched any of his live streams. If he's done them, I'll have to go back and check them out. But I'm getting that bug again. Automobile Lista 2 with this very clear VR has there's no doubt that I'm assuming that if I was using the HP Reverb G2, this would look even better. But hell, for a $300 headset, you can't beat how good this looks. You can't. I haven't tried the other headsets, but from watching these through the lenses videos, I'm led to believe that the HP Reverb G2 might be the best looking headset out there, but you could make a case that the Oculus Quest 2 is the second or the third best looking headset out there. And like I said, for $300, you can't beat how good this looks. You can't. I mean, this is a day and night difference compared to the first time I ever played a racing game in VR, which was Drive Club VR, and that was god awful. That's so much blur. It's just, to me, the blur was so much to the point where the game was damn near unplayable. Every time I played that game, I had to make myself play it. GT Sport in VR, the blur wasn't as bad, but you couldn't race. You know, you couldn't race against a full grid, whether it was AI or whether it's multiplayer. So that being said, combined, ACC, Project Cars 2, and Automobilista 2 has given me what I wanted, the ability to race in VR multiplayer and have a fairly decent image quality, because when it comes to racing with a VR headset on, the better you can see, the better you can race. It's that simple. You'll see the corners coming a lot further. And also, speaking of sim racers who race in VR, check out my boy JD Max. He races on Twitch and he plays iRacing, and he's pretty good too. He's really good too, so check him out. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and boogie on out of here. I'm gonna take a break, so we'll see how things play out. You know, maybe I'll come back and do another stream, but be warned, if I come back and do another stream, it's probably gonna be me racing in GT3 cars. That's what I like. I love the GT3 class. So, and as far as the track goes, we'll see what happens. You know, multiplayer, all that good stuff. We'll see where it goes. So, all right, that's gonna do it for right now. So as the afternoon goes on, I don't know. You know, I might end up doing some streams from the Quest standalone, because naturally when my son gets over here, he's going to be bouncing back and forth between his Xbox and playing VR chat on the PC. So I'll just have to, as far as this afternoon goes, I'll slip in some streams when I can. But in the meantime, we'll see if we can come back in about an hour and do another stream of AMS2. That being said, I'm going to boogie on out of here. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. Deuces.